What's good, everybody? I'm BPC and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. Now, Dana White had previously stated that he was not going to allow any fans into UFC events until they could fill out an arena. Well, Conor McGregor hasn't fought in an extremely long time, and that's why fans were beginning to think that Dana White was holding him on the sideline because he wasn't going to be able to make any gate money from him. See, in the beginning of 2020, when fans were allowed to come to UFC events, Conor McGregor went up against Donald Cowboy Cerrone, and they did $11.1 million in the gate, which was second all-time in Vegas for UFC events. Now, the record in Vegas for UFC events was Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, which did $17.2 million for Khabib's 155-pound championship belt. Now, the all-time record, though, as far as, everywhere, actually took place in New York, in which Conor McGregor was attempting to become the first champ. And he did that against Eddie Alvarez, and, the gate was $17.7 million. In fact, 3 out of the top 4 top UFC gates are from Conor McGregor. Now, Dana came out and said, at the end of the day, when he decided that he was going to have UFC events, that there were a lot of people that were skeptical. And Conor McGregor was actually one of those individuals that was skeptical about fighting during COVID. Now, he said that Conor got really frustrated at a lot of things that were out of the UFC's control, and he was just basically driving Dana crazy, and that basically led to Conor basically announcing his retirement out of frustration. Well, that's Dana's side of the story. Then you have Conor's side of the story, where he's released the text messages between him and Dana White, where he was proposing all these different fights that he would like to take part in. So, at the end of the day, there's 3 sides to a story. There's Dana's side, there's Conor's side, and there's the side that actually happened. Now, UFC 257 will take place with Dustin Poirier going up against Conor McGregor. And, Dana White is not going to get what he wants. They will not have this fight at full capacity, but they will have an audience there, about 11% capacity. That's right. The arena that they're going to have it at holds 18,000 seats, and therefore they're going to be able to sell 2,000 seats. Or I would say, well, they already sold 2,000 seats. And the prices ranged from anywhere from $215 all the way up to $1,350. So these weren't cheap tickets by any means. And I actually looked at somebody that had posted on Twitter, and he had stated he paid $8,550 for 2 tickets. Now, he could, be trolling individuals online, but, as someone who's purchased UFC tickets before, when the tickets sell out and you have to buy them, on the third-party websites or wherever you're going to buy it at, they do tend to jack them up, and the sky is the limit when it comes to these high-end fights, especially with somebody with the name Conor McGregor. Now, if you're looking for tickets for something a lot more cheaper, and much more entertaining, be sure to go to Competitive Origins MMA. Hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as these videos go live. And don't forget to ground and pound the like button. Now, there are 2 other fights, 2 other cards, I should say, that are taking place that week. They're basically fight nights, and they're starting at $162 all the way up to $352. So it's a lot more affordable if you think about it, and a Holloway fight for $352 doesn't seem too bad, but I wouldn't mind getting that $162 ticket if we're going to be a little bit closer. I don't know how far they're going to spread everybody out. At the end of the day, you got to be cautious. You're going into this facility, and there's a lot of people, and somebody could have COVID, right? Well, the organization that is helping the UFC put this on has basically set these policies out, and you have to do a 48-hour PCR test before you're able to enter into the facility. Now, they're actually going to check it on your phone or however they're going to do it to ensure that you do have this PCR test that's taken within the past 48 hours. They also want to make sure that you're wearing face masks at all time and that you're practicing social distancing. Now, they're also going to do temperature checks, and if you have a fever, there's no way you're going to get into this facility. Now, they also talked about they're doing contactless payment throughout the whole arena. They're going to also sanitize the entire facility prior to people coming into the event, and that they'll have sanitizers all around the whole facility for people to have access to, to basically stay safe. You know, at the end of the day, though, this is a risky proposition. You know, Los Angeles has been hit really hard by COVID, and it's because we have so many people in such a small area, if you think about it, you know. And then here you have this facility, which is going to have 2,000 possible carriers in this facility. You know, PCR isn't guaranteed. It's not 100%. So one person can get it, pass it on to others, and then everybody brings it back home on the planes, wherever, and it just gets to everybody, you know. Go into the comment section below and let me know if you're siding with Dana on this topic, or was it Conor that was holding it up? You know, who do you think it was? Do you think it was Conor holding up? Is Dana holding up? Do you think it was a combination of both? And let me know what you think about this event taking place by having an audience there. Do you think it's safe, or do you think, you know, the UFC is kind of getting hungry for the money, and that's why they're doing these opportunities to get any little scraps that they can get? And would you pay $8,550 for 2 tickets to go to this event? Remember, you still got to also pay for the flight to go there, and you have to pay for the hotel stay. So that seems like a lot of money out of pocket. Don't forget to go to competitiveorigins.com, type in promo code MMA48 so you can get 10% off this Competitive Origins no matter what t-shirt. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. I'm BPC, and remember, you've been competing since conception, whether you're competing against yourself or others. Competitive Origins.